Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Another day of triathlon training. I've actually got 2 lunchtime run buddies today. Double the value. Good afternoon, Rob and Mark.
Good afternoon.
How are we?
Double for this run.
Yeah, I've already told Rob and Mark that they are the content for today's video. We've got 2 updates. Who are we doing first? Go on, Mark, you're closest. Mark, a couple of weeks ago, you told the internet you were making a comeback post-injury.
I did.
And then what happened?
Got COVID.
Again?
Oh no, I've never had it.
Oh, have you not?
Officially, I think I've definitely had it.
Okay.
But this time 3 lines came up, so who knows what that means.
So Mark had a few days off training, but now you're back on it.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
still trying to recover from, yeah.
You also spent a couple of days working out of your car, didn't you? That was good.
Yeah, well, when you've got a wife who's expecting, it's not really good if you then give them COVID, so
yeah.
we vanished to the car. Internet still works on the drive. Which
Brilliant.
shows I don't have a long drive.
Mark's not far off his paternity leave training camp starting. Anyway, shall I slot in the middle now for the...
Well, I'll filter out.
Like, Rob, last time we spoke to you, you were tapering for Ironman Italy.
Yeah.
You seem to have recovered remarkably well.
What's happened since then, hasn't it?
What on earth happened in Italy?
Yeah, well, people may have heard about the race initially being cancelled and being rearranged for the Sunday. Unfortunately, logistically, it just wasn't possible for me to race on the Sunday, which was gutting. My Airbnb host wasn't the most accommodating, and yeah, it was just going to be too expensive. It was going to cost the best part of $1,000 to stay another night, so it just wasn't possible, unfortunately. So got all this fitness for nothing.
No, you've got all this fitness for our lunchtime runs.
Yeah, true.
We're going to PB the Tesco loop today. Well, it's gutting to see you not do it, but you've got a voucher for next year or for another event, haven't you? So
absolutely, yeah.
Going to start thinking about events next year.
For sure.
Good stuff. Anyway, so the last couple of days, my training's been up and down, as per triathlon training is. Monday was good. I swam, ran and biked on Monday. Yesterday, I had a blinding headache. I had to go home from work halfway through the day. These two obviously absolutely really concerned about me. But then...
Did you message him?
Slept all afternoon. I actually got a message from Mark, yeah. Slept all afternoon, got up and felt okay, so I did an hour on the bike last night. And today's lunchtime run, and then a bike session tonight. I was supposed to be going out of the club, but it's forecast to start raining, so I can't be doing with the bike washing. So I'll have a bit more of a training chat on the bike later. Slow down, chaps. Rob's moaning like hell. He doesn't do races in conditions like this. Just wusses out of them. I don't know if I told you, but Ironman Wales it was like this, and I just had to battle through.
This is worse than Ironman Italy.
I know. I don't know what your problem is. Some people are just made different, aren't they? Built different. Oh, we're only about halfway around.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
Okay, good evening. This could be one of the last times this year I say this out on the club ride. I'm just trying to get as many miles in on the open roads as I can do before the weather turns, before the nights get too dark and cold. I know that it's going to be a long, tough winter, and it does get quite tough in the winter months when you're just on the turbo day after day. So I want to just drag out group riding as long as I can, or group riding the week. However, tonight's session is, I'm trying to stick to the plan, or I am sticking to the plan. And I think me and new coach are going to get on just fine, because he said today, zone 2 or close to. And I like a bit of flexibility should the opportunity present itself, but I am just going to take it easy tonight. It's only about 27-28 miles a group ride, and there's only 1 or 2 hills. It's a pretty flat route, classic winter route, so shouldn't be too taxing, and the miles tick by easier being outside. Got my trainers in the area and covered before I came out to try and dry out. They're absolutely sopping wet. Anyway, I need to put my gloves on because it isn't that warm. And I feel like I've not quite nailed the winter wardrobe yet. I've got a base layer on, which looks a bit weird. Long bottoms, and then I've got gloves and a gilet in my pocket. I should be okay for tonight. Should stay dry, hopefully. Okay, ride done and dusted. Stats on screen somewhere. A couple of hours on the bike, felt really good. The problem is with riding in the group, even when it is steady, I'm going too hard up hills to stay in zone 2. So tonight was okay because my training load this week isn't that high, but if I had a hard session yesterday and a hard session tomorrow, then I wouldn't be able to do what I've done today. So I'm just bearing that in mind. But I know that in the next few weeks, my Wednesday session will be indoors, so I will be able to keep strictly to whatever the session is I'm supposed to be doing. just bearing that in mind. So yeah, but it's good to get out. I'm trying to delay just training indoors for as long as I can because I know that it's going to be a long old winter. So when the weather's actually okay to get out, I'm going to get out for the next few weeks or so to keep mentally stimulated whilst I sort of phase in the indoor training. I also just wanted to elaborate on when I said earlier that I had to go home with a headache. Like, I'm not a softie. I don't just bail on work when I feel a little bit unwell. I've struggled with migraines all my life, and it was getting like that. I'd had loads of paracetamol, more than I should have perhaps, and it wasn't going anywhere. It was getting worse and worse. I knew that I had to drive home up the motorway, so if I was going to get worse, my vision doesn't get too good and stuff, I needed to get home sooner rather than later. And then I slept all afternoon and then felt okay yesterday evening. So I felt like a bit hungover afterwards, to be honest. If you had migraines, you know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know, well, I think I know what the specific cause of this one was, but I do get them intermittently anyway. I joke quite a lot that I drink quite a lot of Pepsi Max Cherry, and I do, but this week is the beginning of me training and the beginning of me making my diet a bit better. I'm going to talk about this another day, but one of the things I've stopped having is Pepsi Max Cherry, and Monday was the first day that I didn't have any. I didn't have much on Sunday, I had like a can or two, which isn't much for me. Monday I didn't have any, then Tuesday was the second day without any Pepsi Max, and I think the lack of like caffeine or whatever's in it hit me. I still haven't had any today, so I'm not planning to never have any ever again, but I think I just need to break the habit and just go maybe a week, 2-3 weeks without any, and then try and restrict myself to moderate how much I have every now and again as a treat, perhaps, rather than just get into the habit. But there you go. Anyway, that's it for today's training. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below. I'll see you tomorrow for the day of proper triathlon training. Latest.